Hello and welcome to episode 60 of
Mo Money,
the investing economic show for millennials by a millennial, where our goal is to educate, entertain, and empower a new generation of investors. It's been 60 episodes, and if you don't know me by now, well, I am the one, the only MC Mo. Let's get to it. This is a dedication episode to a special person, a woman who fought for what she thought was right. She is like a real-life Leslie Knope, except more badass. Her name is Brooksley Born. There are even rumors that I'm starting right now that the Jason Bourne character was named in her honor. She is an unsung hero, but I guarantee you after this video, you are going to be singing her name louder than a church choir on a Sunday. Now, the story of Brooksley Born, like that of most successful women, is full of her facing challenges from a bunch of condescending, insecure men. For instance, she went to Stanford Law in the 60s. Not a lot of women. Some man came up to her and told her, "You being here means a man probably got drafted to go fight in Vietnam." So what did she do? Oh yeah, that's right, she graduated top of her class. I bet G.I. Joe Schmo wouldn't have done that. She was also named president of the legal journal of the Stanford Law Review, and the head of the school told her the faculty is prepared to step in should it falter. Long story short, it didn't. She went on to have a very successful career in law, and all while raising 2 children. But nothing could prepare her for the epic battle royale she would face when she was appointed head of the Commodities Future Trading Commission, or the CFTC, the government agency in charge of derivatives such as future contracts and options. But what are derivatives? Well, it's super complicated and it's not really important to the story, but they're essentially bets in contract form on the price of an asset like stocks, bonds, and currencies. They're used as kind of an insurance policy on an unforeseen calamity occurring in the financial markets. That sounds super boring, right? Well, they were, which would explain why nobody looked into them really heavily before her, but she had run into them and experienced them in her time as a lawyer. A large part of the derivative market was unregulated and essentially in the dark and secret to anybody not involved in the contracts, but the estimated value of the market at the time was upwards of $25 trillion. She foresaw the danger, so she began lobbying for the CFTC to have oversight of this market. This is where she ran into the Committee to Save the World, aka President Clinton's working group, the greatest team of self-assured, egotistical, sexist, and pompous fuckboys DC and Wall Street had ever assembled. The team consisted of Treasury Secretary Bob Rubin, Deputy Secretary Larry Summers, and Chairman of the Federal Reserve, the Oracle, the Maestro, Alan Greenspan. They saw her as uncooperative, uneducated, and out of her league, and quite frankly, just a bitch, aka she was good at her job. Once she began her crusade, they launched an all-out attack, holding meetings, all taking turns berating her, begging her to stop. Summers exploded on her, saying all the bankers are telling him that this would crash the market. She was grilled multiple times in front of the Senate, portrayed as a rogue agent making a pathetic attempt at a power grab. The working group urged Congress to shut her down, and after over a year of battling, that's what they did. Legislation was passed barring the CFTC from regulating these secret derivatives. She didn't have the political capability to fight the revered like a god Greenspan, the trusted Bob Rubin, and the army of financial lobbyists. In 1999, after the legislation was passed, she resigned. But it was not the Committee to Save the World who would have the last laugh. It was Brooksley. 8 years later, the unregulated derivatives market would mutate into a value of hundreds of trillions of dollars and eventually be the ultimate weapon of mass destruction in the financial crisis. Brooksley Born was vindicated. She won the JFK Profile and Courage Award, but she never gloated, she never laughed, she never said, "I told you so," even though she had every right to do so. She remained humbled. She still does work in law, but now mostly spends her time with her family, sailing and going on bird-watching adventures. As for Clinton's working group, Bob Rubin went to go work at Citigroup. Mr. "You're going to crash the economy," Larry Summers, along with his lackey Tim Geithner, joined Obama's Economic Council after the crisis. And Alan Greenspan retired from the Fed in 2006, pre-crisis, and now just kind of bops around a defeated man, showing up occasionally on TV to ramble like old men do. After the crisis, Arthur Levitt, sub-member of the working group and former SEC chairman, described Brooksley Born as one of the most capable, dedicated, intelligent, and committed public servants that I've ever come to know. Emotionally, he added, "I could have done much better. I could have made a difference." Born's story was told in the PBS Frontline episode, The Warning. The derivatives she fought to regulate are mostly still unregulated, and the total has ballooned to over $1.2 quadrillion. Thank you so much for watching another episode. You can find new and classic episodes right here on YouTube. For now, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram, like me on Facebook, check out themomoneyshow.com. Mo Money, signing out.